Good morning. I'd like to call the County Council meeting to order. Let's all stand for the pledge, please. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Our first item of business will be election of officers, and I'm going to turn that over to our attorney, Doug.
All right, and if you want to do that as a slate, that's permissible. We need a president and a vice president, and so I'd open the floor to nominations.
I'd like to nominate Kevin Underwood as president and Jody Hamilton as vice president as a slate.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Got a motion and a second. Any other nominations? Hearing none, I'll close the floor. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Turn the floor over.
Jody.
All right, good morning, everybody. Let's go ahead and get started with the auditor's financial report. Jennifer?
Okay, so the first thing I want to look at is our beginning of the year financial statement to determine how much available cash is for appropriations. So we started this year with a cash balance of the general fund of $15,939,331. This is about a $100,000 increase over last year. We add in our projected miscellaneous revenue and our DLGF property tax levy, which we're adding that in at 97% in order to account for circuit breaker. And then total funds available is $72,809,796. We're going to take out encumbrances, and later I'll go over the encumbrance report, but we have that set at $243,737 that were requested to carry over budget from last year into this year. We're also taking out the total budget of about $61.5 million, adding back an estimate of unused budget. At budget time, you actually met your goal of meeting the budget by saying that we would probably use 94% of the budget and have about 6% left over. So this 2% estimate is pretty conservative. Looking back over the past 6 years or so, we've used anywhere from 3% and 2%, but I went ahead and left it at 2%. Something I'd like to evaluate a little bit more. We probably could go with adding back a 3% unused. And then when we take out the council-approved minimum balance of $7.5 million, it gives you a beginning balance of $4,703,547 with no general fund appropriation requests to start the year. So that's where we stand on that. On the revenue report, I just highlighted a few items. Property tax was distributed December 22nd, so we met the budget there at 101% of what was expected. Financial institutions tax came in a little bit lower than expected, but all of the others were over 100%. The other two items I have highlighted are exam of records and tax refunds and reimbursements, and these are items that we don't budget for, but they come out of the general fund, and then at settlement time they are added back in. So if we look at where we ended up with general fund revenue for 22, came in at 106% of projected, but when you take out those two other items, the audit fees and the tax refunds, overall we were at 103.5% of revenue. So. On the fund balances, it's not highlighted in your packet, but highlighted on the screen are just a couple of the property tax funds showing that those distributions were receipted into the funds. And then the only other item I really wanted to point out here is that in December, some of the opioid settlement was received, and so those funds, 1237 and 1238, have been established, and you can see the receipts and the balance there. The encumbrance report was attached for your review. I don't believe there's any action that needs to be taken on that. It's just for you to see the kinds of things that people are encumbering into the new budget year. $243,000, slightly less than last year's encumbrance amount. And that was all that I had.
Okay. Anybody from the council have any questions for Jennifer? No? All right. Yadira, Treasurer's Report, welcome.
Yadira and I worked on this reconciling December together, and because it was under my watch, I asked if I could go ahead and present the report. So for the month of December, interest earned was $680,300.70. The average interest rate for December was 4.35%. On the distribution page, again, you'd see here that the general fund total for the year was at almost $2.2 million out of a total of $3.2 million. The property tax funds, again, since those balances were higher for December, those funds got a proportional increase share of interest for the month. We ended up being at, because I had revised the budget to $1.5 million for the general fund, we ended up being 139% over, but we did have many increases in the Fed funds rate towards the end of the year, which, was hard to guess. So that's where that ended up, and I think she had a couple of things to add.
Yeah, first I want to thank Jennifer for helping me with that report and making the transition between our offices really seamless, so I really appreciate that from you. I'm also aware that council appropriated money for tax printing, for tax bill printing, and I just wanted to let you guys know that I'm going to be taking care of that in-house. So, and I'm excited to work with you all, and thank you.
Thank you. Council members, any questions for Jennifer and Yadira? No? All right, thank you. All right, public comment on any agenda items. Do we have anybody from the public for comment? All right, hearing none, we'll continue on. Next is the Greater Lafayette Climate Action Plan presentation. Who will be giving the presentation? Huh?
Didn't know if anyone was here to present. We had contact with someone late yesterday, and we weren't sure if they were going to make it or not. No?
Okay, I would say they did not make it. Okay, continue to move on. Next on the agenda is the consent agenda. Excuse me. So everybody please review what's under the consent agenda, and if anybody has, I'll entertain a motion after the review.
I'll make a motion to approve the consent agenda as presented.
Second.
All right, I have a motion from Councilmember Murray and a second from Councilmember Richards. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. All right, thank you. Additional appropriations, we have 4D Incentive Fund 8895.
Make a motion to approve the 4D Incentive Fund 8895 in the amount of $25,000.
Second.
All right, I have a motion from Councilmember Murray, second from Councilmember Richard. Any discussion?
This is just to pay for continued expenses incurred for the 4D.
Okay. Council members, any other? No? All right. I will take a, all those in favor? Say
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. All right, thank you. Next up, 4D Incentive Fund 8895.
Make a motion we approve 4D Incentive Fund 8895 in the amount of $35,295.
Second.
All right, I have a motion from Councilmember Murray, second from Councilmember Richard. Any discussion?
It's just prosecutor expenses for part-time Social Security and office supplies.
Okay, thank you. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. All right, motion carries. Second one for the prosecutors, IPAC HTCU Grant Fund 9271.
Make a motion, we approve the IPAC HTCU Grant Fund 9271/CF23 in the amount of $239,010.
Second.
All right, I have a motion from Councilmember Murray, second from Councilmember Richard. Any discussion?
Just funding for the high-tech crimes unit from IPAC.
All right, thank you. Okay, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. All right. Sheriff Sale Fund 4009.
I'll make a motion that we approve the Sheriff Sale Fund 4009, the amount of $10,000.
Second.
All right, I have a motion from Councilmember Vernon and a second from Councilmember Richard. Sheriff?
I was just coming up here, it's a new year. In case you had any questions about it. Any questions? Nope, okay.
This pays for your fee to SRI
Yeah.
to conduct the
It's
sales.
$100 per sale, and then we get $300 back, and that's that money, so we can pay for all of it.
All right, thank you. Any further discussion from council members? All right, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. All right, TEMA Hazmat Fund 2546.
Make a motion to approve the TEMA Hazmat Fund 2546 as presented.
Second.
All right, I have a motion from Councilmember Vernon, a second from Councilmember Murray. In discussion?
Good morning. Ultimately, these funds are rollover funds, so these funds are from our hazmat committee bill out when they respond to incidents.
Okay, thank you. Any questions, further discussion? All right, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. All right, Hazard Warning Fund 4940.
Make a motion that we approve Hazard Warning Fund 4940 in the amount presented.
Second.
All right, I have a motion from Councilmember Vernon, second from Councilmember Murray.
Again, this is a rollover fund. The commissioners, funds in there every year. We use those to maintain and buy new sirens. We have 2 new sirens that we have just paid for and we need to install. That's where we're at right now.
Okay, thank you.
And where are those 2 new sirens going to be placed?
One of them is a replacement at the school corporation maintenance garage on 25 South. Or Teal Road West. And the other one is up near Prophetstown to cover the rest of Prophetstown State Park on Houston Road.
All right, thank you. Any questions or further discussion? Okay, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. D4 Emergency Deployment Fund 8726.
I'll make a motion that we approve D4 Emergency Deployment Fund 8726 as presented.
Second.
All right, I have a motion from Councilmember Vernon, second from Councilmember Murray. Discussion?
This fund, again, rolls over every year, and we don't see a lot of activity in that fund, but we're glad it's there.
Okay. Any other further discussion from council? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries.
Thank you.
You're welcome, thank you. All right, Health Department, syringe THFGI Fund 9171.
Make a motion, we approve syringe THFGI Fund 9171/CF23 in the amount of $13,000.
Second.
All right, I have a motion from Councilmember Murray, second from Councilmember Richard. Any discussion?
This is just supplies for Gateway to Hope, so wound care, tourniquets, et cetera.
All right, any further discussion from council? All those in favor say aye.
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 Opposed, same sign. Okay, motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next up, County Share Surtax, Fund 4805.
I make a motion to approve the county share surtax fund 4805 in the amount presented.
Second.
I have a motion from Councilmember Richard, a second from Councilmember Murray. Discussion, Stu?
I don't think there's any surprise here. We've been appropriating for right-of-way and everything for about a year and talking about this day will come. The bids open next week. Based on the final estimate, this is to cover our 20% of the construction cost of Yeager Road, by the way.
Okay,
The
thank
project.
you. Any further discussion from council? All right, all those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. Moving along, construction, Fairground Fund 4818.
I'll make a motion that we approve the construction fund for the Fairgrounds 4818 as presented.
Second.
A motion from Councilmember Vernon, second from Councilmember Murray.
This is the home stretch. This is what's left of the bond money. So it's for other little projects we still got going. For example, the old horse barn that's out there, get some ventilation and some air going through that. Setting some other little pieces of equipment we may need, but this is it.
Okay, thank you. Any further discussion or questions from council? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. All right, ARPA Fund 8950.
I'll make a motion that we approve the ARPA Fund 8950 as presented.
Second.
I have a motion by Councilmember Vernon, second by Councilmember Murray. Discussion?
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
So if you recall, last year, we appropriated funds for 3 different projects. The scanning of the documents in the auditor's office, some administrative costs for helping with the reporting end of the ARPA funds, the fiber project, and the decommissioning of the 2 dams that's being done through the highway department. At the end of the year, we did not expend, in fact, as you can see, those are the totals that you have listed on your sheet are the funds that were not expended, of those funds that were appropriated in '22. Had a discussion with the auditor's office, and we decided just to let those appropriations die because the only way to carry them over would be to encumber them, and we don't really have invoices to do so. So it's just reappropriating the money that was unspent from last year. However, because Jody will need to recuse herself on the fiber project funding, and we wouldn't have a quorum to approve that, I would suggest we amend the appropriation request to include just the other professional services and the infrastructure amount, and then we'll carry over the appropriation for the 11 million for the fiber project for the next meeting.
So I think you probably have a motion on the floor, so you probably want to amend the motion to reduce the requested appropriation by to remove the $11,691,219 for grants and community support.
I'll make a motion to amend my motion to take out the community and the grant and community support total.
I'll second the amended motion.
All right.
So this is a motion to amend it, and then you'll vote on the motion itself.
Okay. All right, so there's a motion from Councilmember Vernon for the amendment, as well as a second from Councilmember Murray. So does council have any other questions for Commissioner Murtaugh? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Thank you.
Well, okay, so
No.
you've amended
No.
the motion, so now you're just voting on the other
Oh, we
professional
gotta vote on
services
the other
infrastructure.
two.
Yeah.
And then Jennifer's asked if we should table the other one. I don't think so. I think you just need to re-advertise the appropriation and take it up as a new thing in February.
All right, so we do,
Vote on the amended motion.
we have to vote on the amended motion.
Right.
Okay, all right. So we still do the same motion in second? Or just vote on it?
You've already got it, just
We
all
just
those
need
in
to vote.
favor.
Okay, all those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. All right, carries. Thank you. All right, that's the end of the appropriations. Is there any committee reports from council? No? All right, unfinished business. Part of your packet was the 2023 council appointments.
We updated the terms, the expiration dates of some of the terms to reflect the new terms, if you should approve this today. And I had pulled off of Area Plan Commission, Councilmember Dullum. However, she did say she's willing to continue serving if no one else is able to do so, so I could add that back.
Does anybody wish to serve on that? No? Okay.
Okay, so
Just
add her
anything.
back. Mhm.
So we need to approve, do a vote to approve this?
I believe
Or
so.
no?
Yeah, that's usually what you've done. I mean, just to get into the weeds, some of these might be just president appointments, but if the whole council appoints it, it kind of covers either base.
Okay. So I'll entertain a motion to approve the 2023 county council appointments.
I'll make a motion to approve the 2023 county council appointments as presented with the addition of Lisa Dullum back on the area plan.
Second.
All right, I have a motion from Councilmember Murray, second from Councilmember Vernon. Any discussion? Okay, all those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. All right, new business, 2023 compensation agreement in lieu of statutory fees between Robert Goldsmith and the County of Tippecanoe County, State of Indiana.
And this is just the annual contract. It's in the amount that you appropriated last year. The reason we do this is because the default in the statute is to have the sheriff compensated by, through the food budget and tax collections, and fortunately, the General Assembly's given us another way to compensate the sheriff, so that's what we do.
Okay.
And we need a motion for this, correct? Correct. I'll make a motion that we approve the compensation agreement in lieu of statutory fees between Robert Goldsmith and the County of Tippecanoe, State of Indiana.
Second.
I have a motion from Councilmember Vernon and a second from Councilmember Murray. Is there any further discussion from council? All right, seeing none. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. All right, Commissioner FYI.
The two things, first of all, we have a couple of new folks here in the audience today. You've already heard from Yadira, but also want to welcome Sadie McKinley. Stand up, Sadie. And
morning.
Sadie is our new HR director. So she started last Tuesday, so she's back for her second week, and she's doing great so far.
Tom hasn't driven her off yet.
Right.
She's getting around to meet people, and she's had several meetings already, and she's doing a great job, so we're very happy to have her with us. So I also want to say thank you for those of you that could make the open house that we had last Friday for the Sheriff's Department Annex. That building's looking great. We expect to get the certificate of occupancy for that actually tomorrow. And then the addition at Community Corrections is done, but they're doing some renovations to the existing portion of the building to make it functional. That should be done in March, so we're expecting a community open house for that project. And a date for that will be forthcoming, and we'll be sure to share that with you and hope to see you there. And then legislative session is upon us. Some bills have already been introduced, some good, some terrible, just like we've had to fight in the past. But if you have any legislative concerns, please share those so that we can get those communicated, and hopefully it will be a pain-free legislative session. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Public comment. No? All right, one thing I want to say is Stu gave us the 2022 report that he always provides, and I appreciate that report every time, so thank you for supplying that to us, year in review. All right, anything else needs to be taken care of that we have not? All right, next meeting is February 14th, 2023, Valentine's Day. Isn't that fun? All right, I'll take a
Make a motion to adjourn.